Most people are not confused about what they see. They are confused about why they exist. Vision is not rare, purpose is. You can see a future and still miss your assignment. You can dream big, plan well, and move fast, yet arrive at a destination that never required you to be there. Vision shows you what could be, but purpose defines what must be. Vision can excite you, purpose governs you. Vision is discovered, purpose is revealed. And until you understand the difference between seeing a future and fulfilling why you were created, you may spend your entire life busy, successful, admired, and still empty. The greatest tragedy is not death, it is living without alignment. When vision runs ahead of purpose, it becomes dangerous. When purpose leads, vision becomes inevitable. You were not born by accident, you were sent, and anything that is sent must have a reason for being here. Vision shows direction, purpose defines identity. 2. Vision is personal, purpose is original. 3. Vision can change, purpose never does. 4. Vision is about assignment. 5. Vision answers where. Purpose answers why. 6. Vision motivates you, purpose governs you. 7. Vision is discovered, purpose is revealed. 8. Vision without purpose leads to frustration. Vision shows direction, but purpose defines identity. And confusing the two has caused many people to build lives that look impressive yet feel empty. Vision is what you see ahead of you, but purpose is who you are designed to be. Vision answers the question, where am I going? But purpose answers the deeper question, why do I exist at all? You can have a clear vision and still live outside your purpose, because vision can be borrowed, influenced, and even copied, while purpose is original and unrepeatable. Vision can be inspired by what you observe in others, but purpose is rooted in what the Creator deposited inside you before you were born. That is why two people can pursue the same vision and experience completely different levels of fulfillment. Because fulfillment does not come from reaching a place, it comes from functioning in your identity. Identity is not something you create, it is something you discover. Purpose is the source of identity, and until you understand your purpose, you will keep using vision to compensate for confusion. Many people use vision as a mask for identity crisis. They say, I want to be successful. But success is not an identity, it is an outcome. They say, I want to be influential. But influence is not identity, it is a byproduct of alignment. When purpose defines identity, vision becomes clear without effort. Because you stop chasing what looks good and start moving toward what fits you. A fish does not need vision boards to know it belongs in water. Its purpose defines its environment. The tragedy is when a fish is placed on land, not because it lacks vision, but because it is outside its purpose. When vision leads without purpose, identity becomes fragile. You begin to define yourself by achievements, titles, applause, and progress. When the vision is delayed, identity shakes. When the vision fails, identity collapses. But when purpose defines identity, vision becomes secondary. Because even if the vision is delayed, your identity remains intact. You know who you are even when you don't know where you are going yet. Purpose anchors you. Vision excites you. Excitement is temporary, but anchoring is permanent. That is why people burn out chasing vision, but remain steady when walking in purpose. Vision requires motivation, purpose requires obedience. Purpose defines identity because it explains your design. You do not discover purpose by asking, what do I want to do? You discover purpose by asking, what was I designed to solve? Identity is revealed in function, not in ambition. A pen's identity is not proven by how beautiful it looks, but by its ability to write. When the pen refuses to write and tries to become a decoration, it loses relevance. In the same way, when humans abandon purpose for vision, they decorate their lives instead of fulfilling them. They polish the outside while neglecting the assignment inside. Vision may give you movement, but purpose gives you meaning. When identity is unclear, vision becomes dangerous. You start running after every opportunity that looks promising, every trend that feels powerful, every door that opens, without asking whether that door was designed for you. Purpose teaches you restraint. Identity gives you the power to say no. Vision alone makes you ambitious. Purpose makes you disciplined. You stop asking, can I do this? And start asking, was I created for this? That question changes everything. It filters distractions, protects your energy, and preserves your focus. Purpose defines identity because it precedes vision. You existed before you ever had a dream. You were something before you planned something. Vision is something you develop over time. Purpose is something you uncover. That is why purpose is not invented, it is revealed. When identity is rooted in purpose, you don't panic when vision is unclear, because you trust that direction will emerge from obedience. You don't chase platforms, platforms locate you. You don't beg for relevance, relevance follows function. Identity anchored in purpose produces confidence without arrogance, humility without insecurity, and patience without passivity. Vision shows direction, but purpose defines identity, and until identity is settled, direction will always feel unstable. You can move fast and still feel lost. You can be surrounded by people and still feel alone. You can be progressing and still feel disconnected, because movement without meaning creates exhaustion. Purpose restores meaning to movement. Identity brings rest to ambition. When you know who you are, you stop trying to become what you are not, and the pressure to compete disappears. The need to compare fades, and the fear of missing out loses its power, because you are no longer chasing visibility. You are committed to responsibility. You are no longer driven by what you see ahead, but anchored in why you were sent here. Knowing that vision will always submit to purpose. When identity is clear, vision is personal, but purpose is original, and this distinction is critical if you want to live a life that is authentic rather than impressive. Vision is shaped by exposure. What you see, who you meet, what you admire, and what you experience all influence your vision. That is why vision often looks different at different stages of life. It grows, it matures, it adjusts, and sometimes it completely changes. Purpose, however, does not evolve with time, trends, or seasons, because purpose was established before time introduced you to options. Vision can be inspired by the world around you, but purpose was embedded by the Creator within you. Vision may be personal, but purpose is original, meaning it cannot be copied, duplicated, or replaced without consequence. Because vision is personal, it is often subjective. Two people can look at the same situation and see two different futures. One sees opportunity, another sees risk. One sees expansion, another sees limitation. Vision is shaped by perspective, but purpose is shaped by design. Design never argues with opinion, it only responds to function. That is why purpose remains constant even when vision becomes confused. Vision can be clouded by fear, trauma, comparison, or ambition, but purpose remains quietly intact, waiting to be acknowledged. You can ignore purpose, but you cannot erase it. You can suppress it, but you cannot destroy it. Purpose is original because it is intentional. Originality is not about uniqueness for attention, it is about accuracy of design. When something is original, it carries the authority of its source. Purpose carries authority, because it comes from the source that created you. Vision may carry passion, but purpose carries legitimacy. That is why living by vision alone can lead to competition, jealousy, and imitation. When people are unsure of their purpose, they borrow visions. They pursue what is popular instead of what is necessary. They chase what is visible instead of what is valuable. Vision without purpose produces clones. Purpose produces originals. Purpose is original, which means no one else can fulfill it for you, and you cannot fulfill it for anyone else. This is where frustration begins for many people. They try to live someone else's vision and wonder why it feels heavy. They try to imitate someone else's path and wonder why progress feels slow. It is because purpose cannot be outsourced. You can admire someone's vision without adopting it. You can learn from someone's journey without copying it. When you mistake admiration for assignment, you step into competition with a destiny that was never yours. Vision may be personal, but purpose is specific. Because purpose is original, it demands alignment, not comparison. Comparison thrives in vision, alignment thrives in purpose. Vision asks, how far have they gone? Purpose asks, am I functioning correctly? Vision measures success by speed and scale. Purpose measures success by obedience and accuracy. When you are walking in purpose, you are not threatened by someone else's progress, because their progress does not invalidate your assignment. Original purpose removes the pressure to rush. You are not late when you are aligned. You are not behind when you are obedient. Timing is governed by purpose, not by vision. Vision can be ambitious, but purpose is authoritative. Ambition pushes, authority establishes. When you operate in vision alone, you push doors, force access, and strive for recognition. When you operate in purpose, doors respond to you. Access finds you. Recognition becomes unnecessary because impact becomes evident. Original purpose creates a gravitational pull. It attracts the resources, relationships, and environments required for its fulfillment. Vision chases provision. Purpose commands provision. Purpose being original also means it is not negotiable. You can negotiate vision. You can lower it, expand it, delay it, or abandon it. Purpose, however, continues to call you back, even when you walk away. That inner unrest you feel when you are successful, but dissatisfied, is not confusion, it is purpose protesting. That sense that something is missing, even when everything looks right, is purpose reminding you that originality has been compromised. You were not designed to blend in, you were designed to contribute. Vision being personal means it can be driven by desire, but purpose being original means it is driven by responsibility. Desire asks, "What do I want?" Responsibility asks, "What am I accountable for?" Purpose introduces accountability to existence. It shifts life from self-expression to stewardship. You are not just living for fulfillment, you are living for contribution. When you understand that purpose is original, you stop asking for permission to be who you are designed to be. You stop apologizing for your calling. You stop diluting your assignment to fit into spaces that were never meant to contain you. Vision may come from what you see, but purpose comes from who you are. Vision can be exciting, but purpose is demanding. It demands discipline, sacrifice, and patience, but it also produces peace, clarity, and resilience. When vision fails, people quit. When purpose is challenged, people endure. Vision seeks success, purpose seeks completion. Purpose being original means your life is not an accident, your gifts are not random, and your desires are not meaningless. They are clues pointing back to an original intent that existed before you ever had a plan, before you ever formed a dream, before you ever imagined a future, because long before you saw anything ahead of you, purpose had already decided why you were here. Vision can change, but purpose never does, and understanding this truth protects you from confusion when life begins to shift. Vision is connected to seasons, but purpose is connected to origin. What you see for your future at one stage of life may not look the same at another stage, because vision responds to exposure, maturity, opportunity, and responsibility. Purpose, however, does not respond to seasons. Seasons respond to purpose. That is why purpose remains stable even when vision evolves. You may change what you do, but you cannot change why you exist. Vision may be adjusted, refined, or even redirected, but purpose stays fixed because it was established before you ever entered time. Many people panic when their vision changes, assuming they have failed or missed their way. In reality, vision changing is often a sign of growth, not loss. When you mature, your sight improves. When your understanding deepens, your direction sharpens. But purpose does not grow, it is revealed. You do not outgrow purpose, and you do not replace it. You uncover more of it as you align with it. Vision changes because you are learning how to express purpose more accurately. Purpose never changes because it defines the core assignment of your existence. Vision is external, purpose is internal. Vision is shaped by circumstances, but purpose shapes how you respond to circumstances. When opportunity is close, vision may collapse, but purpose remains active. When plans fail, vision may feel broken, but purpose remains intact. That is why people who live by vision alone feel lost when disruption comes. They say, "I don't know what to do anymore." Not because their life has no meaning, but because their meaning was tied to a plan instead of a purpose. When purpose leads, disruption becomes redirection rather than destruction. Purpose never changes because it is connected to need, not preference. You were created to solve a problem, not to chase a position. Problems do not disappear just because conditions change. Needs do not expire because trends shift. Purpose stays relevant because it addresses something fundamental. Vision may change methods, platforms, or strategies, but purpose keeps the assignment alive. You may change careers, locations, or roles, but the underlying function remains the same. That is why some people can succeed in multiple environments without losing themselves. They carry purpose, not just vision. Vision changes because it is progressive. You see in part before you see in full. Early vision is often incomplete, sometimes inaccurate, and occasionally immature. Purpose, however, is complete from the beginning. It does not require editing, it requires discovery. That is why purpose often feels heavy before it feels clear. You sense responsibility before you see the roadmap. Vision provides the roadmap. Purpose provides the reason for the journey. When vision changes, it does not mean purpose has shifted. It means your understanding has improved. One of the greatest dangers is trying to preserve an outdated vision out of fear, even when purpose is calling for growth. People hold on to old visions because they are familiar, even when they are no longer effective. Purpose demands relevance, not nostalgia. Vision that refuses to change becomes limitation. Purpose that refuses to change would be contradiction. But purpose never contradicts itself. It only expresses itself differently as capacity increases. When you are faithful in purpose, vision upgrades automatically. Vision can change because it is influenced by information. New knowledge reshapes what you see as possible. New exposure expands what you believe can be done. Purpose, however, is not informed, it is assigned. You do not negotiate it, revise it, or vote on it. You submit to it. That is why purpose often challenges comfort. Vision seeks feasibility. Purpose demands obedience. Vision asks. Purpose asks, is this required? That difference determines whether you quit when things get hard, or endure when things get uncomfortable. When vision changes without purpose, people drift. When vision changes under purpose, people advance. Drift has no direction, advancement has alignment. Purpose acts as a compass when vision is unclear. Even when you cannot see far ahead, you still know which way is true north. Purpose keeps you moving even when vision is incomplete. That is why some people move forward confidently, with limited clarity, while others freeze despite having detailed plans. Purpose fuels courage. Vision fuels strategy. Purpose never changes because it is rooted in who you are, not in what you do. What you do may change many times in your life, but who you are remains consistent. When identity is secure, change does not threaten you. Vision changes become tools, not tests. You stop asking, why is this happening to me? And start asking, how does this serve the assignment? Purpose reframes disappointment into preparation and delay into development. Vision changing is not instability, it is adaptation. Purpose never changing is not rigidity, it is faithfulness. When you confuse vision with purpose, change feels like failure. When you understand purpose, change feels like progress. Purpose allows vision to evolve without losing direction. It keeps you grounded when plans shift and confident when paths diverge. Vision may rise and fall, sharpen and blur, appear and disappear. But purpose remains constant, calling you back to alignment, pulling you toward responsibility, reminding you that even when you cannot see clearly what lies ahead, you are still standing exactly where you were created to be, moving in the direction that was determined long before you ever imagined a future. Vision is about achievement, but purpose is about assignment. And this distinction separates people who chase success from people who complete their mandate. Achievement focuses on what you can accomplish. Assignment focuses on what you are responsible for. Vision celebrates milestones, trophies, numbers, and recognition. But purpose measures faithfulness, obedience, and impact. Achievement asks, what can I build? Assignment asks, what was I sent to do? Many people are obsessed with achievement because it is visible, measurable, and applauded. But assignment often operates quietly, demanding consistency even when no one is watching. Achievement is driven by ambition. Assignment is driven by instruction. You can choose achievements, but you do not choose assignments. Assignments are given. That is why purpose carries weight. It is not optional. When you understand assignment, life stops being a personal project and becomes a responsibility. You are no longer trying to prove something. You are trying to fulfill something. Vision-centered living asks, how far can I go? Purpose-centered living asks, How accurate am I? Accuracy matters more than speed when assignment is involved. Achievement focuses on outcome, but assignment focuses on function. You can achieve something impressive and still malfunction as a human being. You can reach heights that impress people and still fail the reason you were created. That is why success without purpose often leads to emptiness. Achievement rewards effort, assignment rewards alignment. Purpose does not ask how big the result is, it asks whether the task was completed according to instruction. In assignment, faithfulness outweighs fame. Vision pushes you toward accomplishment, but purpose positions you for fulfillment. Accomplishment satisfies the ego, fulfillment satisfies the soul. That is why people who achieve their vision, without understanding their assignment, often feel restless afterward. They ask, is this all? Not because they lacked success, but because they missed responsibility. Purpose introduces duty into destiny. You were not just designed to succeed, you were designed to serve something greater than yourself. Assignment connects your life to a need beyond personal gain. Achievement can be self-defined. Assignment is authority-defined. You decide what achievement looks like, but you do not decide what assignment requires. Assignment comes with standards. It comes with boundaries. It comes with timing. That is why purpose demands discipline. Vision encourages you to do more. Assignment requires you to do what is necessary. Many people are busy achieving things they were never assigned. They are exhausted, not because they are overworked, but because they are misaligned. Assignment explains pressure. When you are walking in purpose, pressure does not destroy you, it shapes you. Pressure is part of assignment, because responsibility requires capacity. Vision avoids pressure when it becomes uncomfortable, but assignment accepts pressure as part of preparation. You do not abandon assignment because it is difficult, you grow into it. Purpose stretches you because it knows what you were designed to carry. Achievement avoids limitation. Assignment respects design. Vision celebrates completion. Assignment emphasizes continuation. You can complete an achievement and move on, but assignment often spans a lifetime. That is why purpose is not seasonal. You do not retire from assignment, you express it differently as seasons change. Achievement gives you moments of celebration. Assignment gives you a lifetime of contribution. When people live only for achievement, they constantly look for the next goal. When people live for assignment, they remain steady even after success, because the work is not finished when the applause stops. Achievement seeks recognition. Assignment seeks results. Assignment is not concerned with who gets credit, it is concerned with whether the job is done. Purpose removes the hunger for validation. You stop needing people to notice you, because you are accountable to something higher. That accountability produces integrity. You do the right thing even when it is invisible. Vision wants visibility. Assignment demands responsibility. Purpose being about assignment means your life is not your own. That idea challenges modern thinking, but it explains deep fulfillment. You were not created just to express yourself. You were created to expend yourself for something meaningful. Assignment gives meaning to sacrifice. Without assignment, sacrifice feels like loss. With assignment, sacrifice feels like investment. Vision avoids sacrifice if the reward is unclear. Assignment obeys even when the reward is delayed. Achievement can be impressive without being impactful. Assignment is impactful even when it is unimpressive. Some of the most important assignments do not look successful by public standards. They require patience, consistency, and endurance. Purpose teaches you that significance is not always loud. Some assignments shape generations quietly. Vision wants immediate results. Assignment understands long-term effect. When vision leads, people ask, what will I gain? When purpose leads, people ask, what will be fulfilled? That shift changes motivation. You stop negotiating commitment. You stop quitting when progress slows. You stop redefining success to protect your pride. Assignment humbles you because it reminds you that you are a steward, not an owner. Your gifts are tools, not trophies. Your time is an investment, not a possession. Vision celebrates achievement, but purpose honors completion of assignment. Completion is not about finishing tasks, it is about fulfilling responsibility. Purpose keeps calling you back to what matters when distractions arise. It refines your focus, disciplines your ambition, and aligns your energy with necessity. When you understand assignment, you no longer measure life by what you achieved, but by what you completed according to instruction, knowing that true success is not reaching the top of your vision, but finishing the work you were sent to do. Vision answers, where, but purpose answers, why. And this difference determines whether your life is driven by direction or sustained by meaning. Direction without meaning creates motion, but meaning gives motion endurance. Many people know where they want to go, but they do not know why they must go there. Vision provides destinations, plans, and goals, but purpose provides justification. Without purpose, vision becomes a journey with no explanation, movement with no context, and progress with no fulfillment. You can reach a place and still ask, if purpose was never clarified. Purpose answers, why? Because it explains intent. Intent precedes action. You do not ask where to go until you know why you must move. When the why is missing, motivation weakens. That is why people quit when the road gets difficult. Vision says, this is where we are headed, but purpose says, this is why we cannot stop. Purpose fuels perseverance. Vision may excite you at the beginning, but purpose sustains you in the middle. When enthusiasm fades, purpose speaks. When clarity disappears, purpose remains. Vision focuses on location, purpose focuses on contribution. Location can change, but contribution remains necessary. You may arrive at the place your vision described and still feel unsettled because the why was never fulfilled. Purpose is not satisfied by arrival. It is satisfied by impact. That is why some people feel fulfilled in obscure places, and others feel empty in prominent positions. Fulfillment is not about where you are, it is about why you are there. Purpose transforms ordinary spaces into meaningful assignments. Vision answers where, because it is concerned with future positioning. Purpose answers why, because it is concerned with present responsibility. Vision lives ahead of you, purpose lives within you. You chase vision, but you carry purpose. When vision is delayed, people often lose direction. When purpose is understood, people maintain direction even when the future is unclear. Purpose becomes a compass when the map is incomplete. The why of purpose gives context to sacrifice. Without purpose, sacrifice feels like punishment. With purpose, sacrifice feels necessary. Vision may promise reward, but purpose demands obedience regardless of reward. Vision asks, what will I get there? Purpose asks, what must be done there? That difference changes how you handle pain, delay, and opposition. People who live for vision ask for ease. People who live for purpose accept difficulty. Vision can answer, where without answering, why? Which is why people often pursue goals that look right but feel wrong. Purpose corrects that imbalance. It filters destinations. Not every place that looks promising aligns with your assignment. Purpose gives you the courage to walk away from attractive opportunities that do not serve your reason for existence. Vision is tempted by options. Purpose is guided by necessity. Purpose answers. Why? Because it connects your life to something beyond yourself. Vision can be self-centered, but purpose is always outward, focused. Purpose ties your existence to a need, a problem, or a generation. When the why is bigger than you, quitting becomes harder. That is why purpose produces resilience. Vision collapses under pressure when it is self-serving. Purpose endures because it carries responsibility. When life becomes confusing, the most dangerous question is not, where am I going? But, why am I doing this at all? Vision can redirect you, but purpose can realign you. Realignment is deeper than redirection. Redirection changes path, realignment restores meaning. Purpose reminds you that even detours serve intention. Even delays carry instruction. Vision may feel threatened by interruption, but purpose recognizes preparation. Vision answers, where, and is often influenced by opportunity. Purpose answers, why, and is anchored in design. Opportunity asks for movement, design demands accuracy. Purpose prevents you from moving fast in the wrong direction. It teaches you to pause, evaluate, and obey. Vision celebrates speed, purpose honors timing. Timing is everything when responsibility is involved. Without purpose, vision becomes fragile. One setback can dismantle years of planning. One failure can erase motivation. Purpose, however, absorbs setbacks and turns them into lessons. Purpose does not deny difficulty, it interprets it. Vision sees obstacles, purpose sees process. Vision avoids pain, purpose understands necessity. When why is clear, where becomes flexible. You are no longer attached to one path, one method, or one outcome. You are committed to impact, not location. That flexibility produces peace. You stop panicking when plans change because your reason remains intact. Vision may shift routes, but purpose preserves direction. Vision answers, where, but purpose answers, why. And when is established, movement becomes meaningful, effort becomes intentional, and endurance becomes possible. Purpose anchors your existence in reason, keeps your vision from becoming empty ambition, and ensures that wherever you go, you arrive with clarity, responsibility, and alignment, knowing that direction without meaning is temporary. But meaning without direction will always find its way forward. Vision motivates you, but purpose governs you. And this difference determines whether your life is driven by excitement or directed by discipline. Motivation is emotional, governance is authoritative. Vision inspires feelings, images, and enthusiasm. It stirs passion and creates momentum. Purpose, however, establishes control. It sets boundaries, defines limits, and demands order. When motivation fades, vision loses power. But when purpose governs, movement continues even without feeling. That is why people who live by vision often stop when they no longer feel inspired, while people who live by purpose continue because they are accountable. Motivation responds to stimulation. When circumstances are favorable, vision thrives. When praise is present, vision accelerates. When progress is visible, motivation increases. Purpose does not depend on stimulation. It depends on commitment. Purpose governs behavior, not emotions. It tells you what to do when you do not feel like doing anything. Vision asks, do I still want this? Purpose asks, what is required of me now? That question removes negotiation from obedience. Vision motivates through desire, purpose governs through responsibility. Desire fluctuates, but responsibility remains. That is why vision-based living is inconsistent. People work hard when they feel inspired and retreat when they feel discouraged. Purpose-based living is steady. It produces consistency. Governance creates structure. Structure sustains progress when motivation is absent. Purpose becomes an internal authority that corrects you when you drift and restrains you when ambition tries to take over. When vision motivates without purpose governing, passion becomes reckless. People overextend, overcommit, and override wisdom in the name of enthusiasm. Purpose brings order to passion. It says no when vision says yes too quickly. It protects you from burnout by defining pace. Vision wants speed, purpose demands timing. Vision wants expansion, purpose requires sustainability. Governance preserves longevity. Purpose governing means your life is not led by impulse. You do not move simply because you feel like it. You move because it aligns with your assignment. Vision motivates you to start, purpose governs you to finish. Starting is easy when excitement is high. Finishing requires governance. That is why many people have many beginnings and few completions. Purpose disciplines vision so that momentum becomes maturity. Vision seeks inspiration, purpose enforces instruction. Instruction does not ask for agreement, it demands compliance. Purpose does not ask how you feel about the assignment, it asks whether you will fulfill it. This is why purpose often feels heavy. Governance carries weight. Authority brings pressure. But that pressure produces strength. Vision avoids pressure by changing goals. Purpose absorbs pressure by increasing capacity. When purpose governs, values replace moods. You do what is right even when it is inconvenient. You remain committed even when results are slow. Vision celebrates progress, purpose respects process. Process is uncomfortable, repetitive, and often invisible. Motivation struggles with process, governance thrives in it. Purpose keeps you aligned when progress is hidden. Vision motivates externally, purpose governs internally. External motivation depends on environment. Internal governance depends on conviction. When conviction is strong, external conditions lose control over your behavior. You stop blaming circumstances for inconsistency. You stop waiting for perfect conditions to obey. Purpose teaches you to act according to truth, not according to feeling. Governance also means accountability. When purpose governs, you understand that your life is not your own. You answer to the assignment, not to your comfort. Vision negotiates commitment when pressure increases. Purpose deepens commitment when pressure increases. Vision looks for relief. Purpose looks for refinement. Governance refines character. Vision can motivate many people, but purpose governs few. That is why motivated crowds are large, but disciplined lives are rare. Motivation attracts. Governance transforms. Purpose does not just move you, it shapes you. It corrects your priorities, adjusts your focus, and restrains your ego. Governance produces humility, because it reminds you that you are under authority. When vision motivates, people ask, how can I feel inspired again? When purpose governs, people ask, how can I stay aligned? Alignment replaces excitement as the goal. Purpose teaches you that consistency is more powerful than intensity. Intensity burns fast, consistency lasts long. Vision motivation can fade when results delay. Purpose governance remains firm even in silence. Silence does not confuse purpose, it tests obedience. When there is no applause, no confirmation, and no visible progress, governance is revealed. That is where identity is proven. Vision wants affirmation. Purpose requires faithfulness. Vision motivates you, but purpose governs you. And when governance is established, your life becomes ordered, focused, and resilient. You no longer rise and fall with emotion. You no longer depend on inspiration to obey. Purpose becomes the authority that directs your steps, disciplines your desires, and sustains your journey, ensuring that even when motivation disappears, alignment remains, obedience continues, and the assignment is carried forward with stability and depth. Vision is discovered, but purpose is revealed, and this difference explains why some things in life can be searched for, while others must be uncovered. Discovery happens through observation, exploration, and exposure. You discover vision by looking outward, by analyzing trends, by learning skills, and by imagining possibilities. Revelation, however, does not come from searching outward, it comes from alignment inward. Purpose is not found by trial and error, it is revealed through understanding origin. That is why many people can clearly see what they want to do, yet remain uncertain about who they are meant to be. Discovery depends on curiosity. Revelation depends on submission. Vision rewards effort. You can research it, plan it, refine it, and adjust it. Purpose does not respond to effort alone. It responds to surrender. You do not demand purpose to show itself. You position yourself to receive it. That is why purpose often becomes clear in moments of stillness, crisis, or pressure, not in moments of ambition. Vision is discovered when you ask, what can I do? Purpose is revealed when you ask, what was I created for? Vision can be discovered by anyone willing to look, but purpose is revealed only to those willing to listen. Listening requires humility. It requires silence. It requires patience. Vision thrives in noise, ideas, and brainstorming. Purpose often speaks quietly beneath ego, beneath fear, beneath distraction. That is why many people miss purpose while chasing vision. They are too busy exploring options to discern instruction. Discovery excites the mind, revelation confronts the soul. Vision discovery is influenced by opportunity. When new doors open, new visions appear. Purpose revelation is influenced by identity. When identity becomes clear, purpose emerges. Vision asks you to explore, purpose asks you to align. Exploration has many paths, alignment has one direction. That is why vision can multiply, but purpose simplifies. Purpose removes excess. It narrows focus. It eliminates distractions that vision alone would entertain. Vision is discovered through experience. Purpose is revealed through design. Experience teaches you what works and what does not. Design teaches you what fits and what does not. You can experience many things and still feel out of place if they do not align with your design. Purpose revelation feels like recognition, not excitement. It feels like coming home. Vision discovery feels new. Purpose revelation feels familiar, even when it is challenging. Because vision is discovered, it can be lost. You can forget it, abandon it, or replace it. Purpose, once revealed, cannot be unseen. You may resist it, but you cannot unknow it. Revelation carries responsibility. That is why some people avoid clarity. Purpose revelation removes excuses. Once you know why you exist, neutrality is no longer possible. Vision allows options, purpose demands response. Vision discovery often answers questions, purpose revelation often raises them. Vision gives you plans, purpose gives you accountability. Vision tells you what is possible, purpose tells you what is necessary. Necessity is heavier than possibility. That is why revelation often comes with weight. It presses on conscience. It reshapes priorities. It disrupts comfort. Vision inspires dreams, purpose interrupts routines. Vision can be discovered gradually, but purpose is often revealed suddenly. One moment of clarity can redefine an entire life. Not because circumstances changed, but because understanding did. Revelation does not always change what you do. It changes why you do it. That shift transforms ordinary actions into meaningful service. The same work, the same environment, the same skills, now carry significance because purpose has been revealed. Discovery invites experimentation. Revelation demands obedience. Experimentation allows failure without consequence. Obedience carries responsibility. That is why purpose revelation often feels risky. It requires commitment before confirmation. Vision waits for evidence. Purpose moves by conviction. Conviction is not proven by results. It is proven by faithfulness. Vision discovery is often public. People see your goals, your plans, your ambitions. Purpose revelation is often private before it becomes public. It forms in the unseen before it manifests in action. That hidden season is necessary. Revelation matures you before it exposes you. Vision seeks exposure, purpose seeks preparation. Vision can be discovered multiple times. Purpose is revealed once and unfolded over time. You do not receive all of purpose at once, because responsibility grows with capacity. Revelation comes in layers. Each layer requires obedience before the next is revealed. Vision rushes ahead, purpose unfolds progressively. That pace protects you. When vision is discovered without purpose revealed, people remain busy but uncertain. When purpose is revealed, vision organizes itself around it. You stop chasing many futures and commit to one assignment. Clarity replaces confusion. Depth replaces speed. Direction replaces options. Vision discovery can happen anywhere. Purpose revelation happens when you align with truth. Truth about who you are, why you were created, and what you are responsible for. That truth does not flatter you, it grounds you. It does not inflate ego, it increases humility. Vision discovery excites ambition. Purpose revelation awakens responsibility. Vision is discovered, but purpose is revealed, and revelation changes how you see everything else. It reorders priorities, filters opportunities, and defines boundaries. Vision may show you many paths, but purpose reveals the one you must walk. Discovery shows you what you could pursue. Revelation shows you what you cannot escape. Purpose revelation does not shout, it calls. It does not entertain, it commissions. And once revealed, it continues to draw you back to alignment, reminding you that vision may guide your steps, but purpose governs your existence, shapes your decisions, and anchors your life in meaning that no discovery alone could ever provide. Vision without purpose leads to frustration, because sight alone cannot sustain significance. Vision shows you possibilities, but it does not guarantee fulfillment. When vision operates without purpose, effort increases but satisfaction decreases. People move faster, work harder, and aim higher, yet feel empty the closer they get. Frustration is not always a sign of failure. Often it is a sign of misalignment. You are progressing, but not according to design. Vision can move you forward, but only purpose can settle you. Without purpose, vision creates pressure. You feel the need to prove yourself, to justify your choices, to validate your direction. Every delay feels personal. Every obstacle feels threatening. Vision alone makes you impatient because it focuses on outcomes rather than alignment. Purpose removes that pressure by redefining success. Success becomes obedience, not arrival. When success is obedience, frustration loses its power. Vision without purpose produces constant comparison. You measure your progress against others and feel behind, even when you are advancing. Comparison intensifies frustration because vision borrows standards it was never designed to meet. Purpose ends comparison by restoring originality. When you know why you exist, you stop competing with people who have different assignments. You stop racing toward destinations that were never meant for you. Frustration often comes from running someone else's race. Frustration also arises when vision demands more than your design can sustain. Vision pushes capacity without understanding limits. Purpose respects design. When you live outside purpose, even good things feel heavy. What should feel natural feels exhausting. What should flow feels forced. Frustration is often the body and soul reacting to misuse. Just as a tool breaks when used incorrectly, a life breaks down when operated outside its purpose. Vision without purpose makes progress unstable. One setback can undo years of motivation. One failure can erase confidence. That instability creates emotional highs and lows. Purpose stabilizes progress. It keeps you steady when results are slow. Vision celebrates movement. Purpose honors alignment. Alignment creates peace. Frustration thrives where alignment is missing. When purpose is absent, vision becomes self-centered. Goals revolve around personal success, recognition, or security. When those goals are threatened, frustration intensifies. Purpose shifts focus from self to service. Service absorbs frustration because it connects effort to impact. When your work benefits something larger than yourself, difficulty becomes meaningful. Meaning neutralizes frustration. Vision without purpose also leads to confusion. You accomplish things but feel unsure why they matter. You reach milestones but feel disconnected from them. That confusion drains joy. Purpose restores clarity. It answers the silent question, why am I doing this? When that question is unanswered, frustration accumulates quietly. It shows up as restlessness, irritation, or dissatisfaction. These are not emotional problems, they are alignment problems. Frustration increases when vision changes without purpose anchoring it. People feel lost because their plans no longer work. Purpose acts as a stabilizer during change. When vision shifts under purpose, frustration becomes redirection. When vision shifts without purpose, frustration becomes disorientation. Purpose turns uncertainty into instruction. Vision without purpose makes delay unbearable. Waiting feels like wasted time. Purpose redefines waiting as preparation. Preparation gives delay value. When delay has value, frustration loses urgency. Vision sees delay as obstruction. Purpose sees delay as development. Many people try to cure frustration by improving vision. They set bigger goals, create better plans, and chase stronger motivation. But frustration does not come from lack of vision, it comes from lack of purpose. Vision can be clear and still misaligned. Purpose corrects direction, not speed. You do not need to move faster, you need to move accurately. Frustration often speaks before purpose is acknowledged. It is an internal alarm signaling that something is out of order. Ignoring it leads to burnout. Listening to it leads to alignment. Purpose does not eliminate effort, it eliminates futility. Effort without purpose feels endless. Effort with purpose feels intentional. Vision without purpose makes life feel like a performance. You are constantly presenting progress, managing perception, and protecting image. Performance creates anxiety. Purpose creates authenticity. Authenticity reduces frustration because you stop pretending to be someone you are not. You stop chasing approval. You start honoring assignment. When purpose is missing, vision becomes a burden. When purpose is present, vision becomes a tool. Tools serve purpose, they do not replace it. Vision was never meant to carry meaning. Purpose carries meaning. Vision expresses it. Vision without purpose leads to frustration, because it asks vision to do what only purpose can do. It asks goals to provide identity, plans to provide peace, and success to provide fulfillment. Those demands are too heavy. Purpose restores order by placing vision back under authority. When vision serves purpose, effort aligns, progress stabilizes, and frustration transforms into clarity, patience, and peace. Because you are no longer just seeing a future, you are fulfilling the reason you exist.